Okay, so Parramatta finished 4th last year, got into finals footy, had a great season. They've got a nice balanced side, a team of players that play for each other. They've got some talented players and they've got some hard-working grinders, but they've got a good balance of youth and experience in all positions. You can go Takarangi, he can play forward, he can play in the back, he can play in the back to centre. He's nailed down that right centre spot. With Hayne coming into the side, they might move him into the pack, but I see that as a downgrade moving him to that. He's better playing the 80 minutes where he is at right centre. Gutherson coming out from knee surgery, hopefully he's fully fighting fit, he's rested up, he can play fullback, wing or centre. Or even in the halves. I can see Gutherson playing half alongside Mitch Moses in the halves. I really can. You've got some experienced players like Edwards, play wing or centre. You've got these good players. You've got Tim Manor who's had and Alvaro who've had great seasons. And then got this nice, you can play these players so they can move them around a little bit, and it doesn't matter where you move them because the team still goes well. Jared Hayne. This is going to be the make or break this season. It's Jared Hayne. Now, Parramatta did really well without him the last couple of years, and yeah, they got docked points for the breach salary cap. But even their performances on the pitch, even when they were minus points, they still had some good formats, good spells, wins or good results without Hayne. Since he has gone, they've actually played quite well, regardless of. And you can take into consideration they got docked points and they got fined for the salary cap breach, and they were in a bit of hot water and had to completely rebuild their image. But in the 3.5 years since Hayne has left, they have had some talented players come through. They've developed some great players, and they haven't always been at the top table. The season they had last season was a culmination of on the pitch building. Off the field stuff has happened. Jared Hayne now comes in. Now, if you are a Parramatta fan, you've got a great balanced side with youth, experience, speed, guile, skill and power. You bring Jared Hayne in. He did not perform for Gold Coast. He was a disaster for Gold Coast. He was a disaster for the New South Wales Blues and State of Origin most of the time. He was average for Fiji at the World Cup. He's got this ego and this persona. Parramatta at the moment, if you take him out of it, they're a team of players who play for each other. There are some egos in there, but the egos help because on the pitch, they play for each other. They might have that little bit of ego, that little bit of, whatever it may be, personality, but it does not matter because it works. They work for each other. They're team players. They're a balanced side. Like, as I mentioned, all those backs, Gutherson, Edwards, Moses, he can play fullback if you push him to, but he's a half. Takarangi can play centre on the wing if you really have to. He's a big ball carrier, or in the forwards. They can all interchange centre, wing, fullback, Takarangi's played in the halves as well, alongside Mitch Moses at times. So even Takarangi, who is not the most skilled player in the team, he's a skilled player, but he's a power player, can play anywhere. If he has to, he can try his hand and he puts effort in. So the backline is interchangeable with each other, and they work well when they do that. They do work well. The forward pack is good and solid, and you've got a couple of leaders in there, Mana and Alvaro, who work for each other and their teammates, put efforts in. Then comes Jared Hayne. I see Hayne as making the side worse. I do. That's my personal opinion. He is undoubtedly a great, talented, future immortal. I have no doubt of that. Maybe not, Hall of Famer. You might get in the Parramatta Hall of Fame at least, if there is such a thing. He's not on the same level as a Cronk, a Slater, a Cameron Smith, even a Paul Gallen, for just the amount of games played. He wasn't part of them. He's never won a State of Origin. Even Paul Gallen's won at least one State of Origin. He's never won the grand final. Every other player I have just mentioned won the grand final. So he is missing things. He's not won the World Cup. Every other player mentioned won the World Cup. He's not, the Jared Hayne 2009 where he was the best player in the league. The league has moved on a lot, especially with his time in the NFL and his time out. The league has moved on a lot. Parramatta have moved on a lot, and it's how do you fit him into this side? because I think every single player in that back line is better than him right now. Especially at Parramatta, they all work well as a back unit. From halves to fullback, they work well as a unit. It doesn't matter whether the coach can play them, they will play in that position and they will play well. They are individuals who play as a team. Jared Hayne is just a one-man show. It's him and my way or no way. So how do you fit him in there? And with his form dipping and him being below par, especially with Gold Coast, Fiji, he was decent, and he had some good players around him that made him look better than he actually was, I think, because he was playing the halves, which is not his favourite position. It's a fullback or centre for him, and they played him in the halves. I don't quite understand that by Fiji, but needs must. They maybe didn't have enough depth at half-back. Fair enough. Not his favourite position, though. He doesn't play in those positions in Parramatta. Every position is nailed down, or they have depth. So I don't quite understand the signing. But that's not here on there. I think it's how they get Jared Hayne to work with this team of players. Because this is not the Parramatta team he left in 2014. This is a completely different side. The circumstances have changed. They've got a new stadium on the way. They've stabilised off the pitch. They've reinvented themselves the last 18 months and are really well doing it. It's all about how they get Jared Hayne integrated. That's my view on it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. We'll see what happens when the season starts. We'll see how Parramatta start. I think, it's all about Jared Hayne. And not for the reasons you think. How do you fit him into this side? Who misses out? Simple. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.